Hi, my name is Lauren LaRoque, and I am going to be discussing the STEM design literacy strategy and how I implemented it into my classroom. There are 5 steps to the STEM design process. The first being ask, what are the problems, what are the constraints? The second being imagine, to brainstorm ideas or to choose the best one. The third being plan and to draw a diagram. The fourth being create, and that would be to follow the plan. And then finally, the fifth step to the STEM design process is to improve and to discuss what can work better. I am going to be using the STEM design process as a literacy strategy in order for my students to create an explanatory essay. The first step in the design process is to ask a question. And in this step, I, the teacher, ask the question, what are the 3 branches of state government and what do they do? Use key details from the state government and its citizens to write an explanatory essay. During this stage, students analyze the prompt and they decided they figured out what the prompt was truly asking, and then they close read the text that I gave them, which was state government and its citizens, and they figured out any key details in the text that were going to support that main idea of the 3 branches of government and the 3 branches of state government and what they do. The second step in the STEM design process is to imagine. Students will analyze the key details highlighted, and students then determined what key details best support the main idea. So during this step, students analyzed any key details that they felt were important to the main idea of the 3 branches of state government. The next step of the design process is to plan, and the plan step is usually to create a diagram. So in order for this to work as a literacy strategy, students created a tree map, and in the tree map, the 3 different branches of the tree map represented the 3 different branches of state government. Beneath each title of state government, which are legislative, executive, and judicial, they then wrote key details about what each branch does, because this will then turn into their 3 body paragraphs in their essay. So after creating their tree map, they're then going to translated it onto an essay, and on that essay they wrote about the 3 different branches and what they did. This was just simply a rough draft, and they then went into the final and 5th step of the STEM design process, which is improve, and they were able to peer edit each other's essays, and they wrote final drafts. Then after having peer edited and I conferenced with the students about their writing, they were able to write final drafts about the prompt that I had given them at the beginning of the week. My rationale for using this literacy strategy is that the STEM design process allows students to access several parts of their brain throughout the use of this strategy. Students are able to really take ownership of their work when using this strategy because they are themselves imagining, planning, creating, and improving their essays. Students should be able to use the STEM design process across all different content areas in order to access higher order thinking across all areas of academia, regardless of whether it's science or math. It should be able to be used across the board.